Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvadam Ganganapate Namaha. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Reva Param Brahma. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Namah Shivaya. Shri Hanumate Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 9th of February 2025. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Paramatma, residing in the heart of every single being at all times. We're continuing our journey to further unravel the Mandukya Upanishad. And in the Mandukya Upanishad, there is, of course, this beautiful exposition of Omkar, of the three avasthas, Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti, past, present, future, the exposition of Aksharam, the Brahman, that is absolute reality, ultimate consciousness. We are living in this extraordinary life, in this extraordinary world. Kitna ashcharya hai jeevan. Life is a great mystery. It's a great journey. Life is a journey. I had a very close friend many years back. I think he's quite old now. I've not had much touch with him. You know, he was a great Vedantic practitioner, and he used to say, life is a journey from the alone to the alone. You know, amazing. This is pure Vedanta, pure Advaita Vedanta. Who are you actually? Who are we? Kaun hai hum? This is what the rishis are showing, that you realize, the realization of swam, that I am, that I am. So this realization is spoken from the highest stages of consciousness, right? But we know that the lives of every single jivatma is on a journey. Life is a dynamic flow, dynamic process. We have been blessed by this sharir, by this human body. In this human body, satsang karna, do satsang, try to open this doorway into Brahman. That is the ultimate use of the human body. And Sachin is speaking only for Sachin. Sachin doesn't have right to tell anybody anything. Even all this thing that is being talked about every day. You know, as Gunatitanand Swami said, Potana kalyanma drashti barabar rakhi, bijano loto joto karvu. I mentioned this phrase before. It's really very, very relevant to every human being. Keep attention on one's own kalyanam. Serve others, love others. Don't try to take on the responsibility of other people's moksha. Keep attention on only your own moksha. See how difficult that is. It's not easy. It's not easy because when we start spiritual path, our mind becomes externally tuned. Somebody's doing this, somebody's not doing this, this is going on, that is going on. Let it go on, whatever is going to go on. Whatever we are able to do in terms of our seva, and only seva, without any ahankar, without any sense of doership, let that be. That is called sakshi bhav. You know, so that's another interesting. Sakshi bhav plus seva. Let's see if we can combine those together. Sakshi bhav plus seva eventually brings about the gradual erasure of conceptual boundaries. Interesting baat hai. Sakshi bhav is witnessing consciousness. The witnessing of the unfolding of reality in Jagrat Avastha, Swapna, Sushupti, the sansar in general. Sakshi means witnessing. It is going on. Seeing, perceiving, and there's wisdom in that. Plus activity, that is seva. Seva muktischa gamyatam. Seva meaning sarva bhuta hite rata, karma yoga. It means karma yoga. That the activity is done at a very high, very excellent level. It's not like, main sakshi ban gaya, kuch karna hi nahi, just useless life. No. The totally wrong understanding. Wrong kind of thing that will not lead anywhere. Somebody says, I'm just a sakshi. This is a common expression in Vedanta. Those who are students of Vedanta may have heard this before, Sakshi Bhav. It is a bhav, it is a vision of witnessing consciousness. Absolutely. But that doesn't mean one is not actively engaged in human society. We have to determine, based on our mental status, educational status, life status, overall, 12 dimensions we talked about in other programs, based on that, determine which karma to do in life and then turn that into karma yoga. This is the practicality. Sometimes you talk about the Upanishadic Gnan and all that. It's fantastic. But it's like, okay, what does that mean to me today? I mean, something beyond, seems like something that is so intangible. But it is not like that at all, actually. It is not like that at all. Because we are living in the world. We have to live in the world. But the world and its confusions, its problems, its difficulties, its distortions don't have to live in us. That is Sakshi Bhav. When the unending phenomena in general of everything that is going on, and there's all kinds of trouble outside, all kinds of good things are going on outside. It's Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. It's all three, and it's all interlinked together in Maya. Some people are very good, some people are very gracious, some people are very, very loving and caring, and there's other people who are just the opposite. They are wanting nothing but destruction and harm and harm for others and strengthening of the ego and all that, and everything else in between. It's a Sakshi Bhav. Recognize this, but to be protected from this madness of the sansar, 2 mantras are there. Om Aim Swaha, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Bhagwan Shankar ka Namah Shivaya mantra, Mahasaraswati Devi ka Aim beech mantra. There are 7 mantras, but this Aim is enough. Because in the Aim mantra, everything is there. Just by these 2 mantras, regular sadhana, the full protection is granted from the madness of the sansar. Sansar will not bother. After some point, everything will reset around you and an immediate family, and the people that you're close to, automatically it will reset. Guaranteed, guarantee baat hai ye, satya baat hai. But sadhana chodna nahi. Namah Shivaya mantra, every human being can do at any time. There's no restriction. You don't need any diksha. Shankar Bhagwan himself he give you diksha. You don't have to worry about, if you have guru, it's fine. Any guru, bow down to the prostration to all the gurus. All gurus are great. And actually, in reality, at the higher level, everything is guru. Guru kaha nahi hai. We think of Guru as one person sitting somewhere. That's a good starting point. Karo, that's fine. Even in the morning satsang, we do the Datta Bhavani, Guru Dattatreya Ji ka. But Guru Dattatreya Ji, meaning that yes, the amazing saints have come, incarnations have come. We want to be connected with them, no doubt. And through them, through their realization, we also want to realize what they have realized. And that is what they want. That is why they're here. They're not there that you just worship me. They're there. They are not looking for worship. They are looking for realization. That is the real thing about Satpurush or Guru. You see, so it's a tremendous thing that we can live inside this sansar with a Sakshi Bhav plus Seva. And what does it do? Equals, if you want to make an equation, Sakshi Bhav plus Seva equals gradual erasure of conceptual boundaries. What is that? What are conceptual boundaries? Bandhan. These boundaries we have made. Endless, mind is stuck inside endless boundaries. Advaita Vedanta obliterates those internal boundaries. It breaks them completely. Even though in the world of Maya, there are endless number of boundaries, and we have to be aware of them, and we even live inside of them. There's no question. For example, I'm living in a 1-bedroom condominium. This is under my name. There's a lock on the door. These are conceptual boundaries. Isn't it so? I mean, there's a neighbor behind me. There's 3 neighbors around me. There's people around me. around me, around them, like this. So these boundaries are there in the material world. But the awakening from inside is where we are aware of those boundaries, because they also have a certain function based on the evolution of Maya and the creation of the ego. There's a more deeper explanation why the sansar is like this. But whatever the reasons are, it is like this. It is going to remain like this. It is not going to change a whole lot. We have to grow out of it, not to try to not believe that we can change the whole sansar. You cannot change the whole sansar. Sansar cannot be changed. People think, I want to change the world. Change yourself. Don't worry about changing the world. The world will change automatically. The world is not concerned about you. Why are you so concerned about the world? Be concerned about the world not through the ego, through seva. That's a big difference. Some people are concerned about the world, that I want to change the world. Who are you to change the world? God has given you some agnya to change the world. The world is not for you to change. The world is there for you to change out of. That is what the Gita is saying. That is what the scriptures are saying. The world is going to remain exactly as it is, because it is a layer of reality where Jivatma are given opportunity to discharge karma. And to not be stuck with any Jivatma is Vairagya. To see Paramatma in every Jivatma is Bhakti. To serve the entire humanity and all of creation is Karma Yoga, that is Seva, that is Dharma. You see how this connects together. And so, jo jag mein raho, aise raho, jal mein kamal ka phool rahe. So we are able to remain above the flux of the sansar. That is Brahma Vidya. Amazing. So it is a harmonious living which actually blesses the entire world. Because the world needs blessings from enlightened beings. It blesses everybody. And then others are encouraged to travel this path towards liberation, towards higher living. And anyone who begins this path towards higher liberation is not going to wind up hurting anybody else. Ahimsa paramo dharma. You see, so this notion of harming another human being, kitna agnan hai, how terrible. They can never be. Anybody who wants to harm somebody else, that is antithetical to realization of God. But humanity has not progressed in that way, and it cycles. So this sansar remains. These yugas come, Satya Yuga, Dwapar Yuga. So many, time is infinite. So many people come and go. So much. Just thoda dhyan, simple sadhana we can do. Sit by yourself somewhere in your temple or in a park or anywhere, doesn't matter. And see that 8.4 billion people are living right now, taking breath in and out. 100 years from now, maybe 125 years from now, not a single person who is here is going to be here. Not one person who is alive right now will be here just 125 years from now. Kaun kisi ka hai? Nobody belongs to anybody. And this thing, these are bodies that are given to the Jivatma to experience this layer of reality. This is the dhyan. The erasure of conceptual boundaries means that the boundary, we live in this sense that this world is just going to remain. People are so worried about what's going to happen to the world and all that. It's going to, whatever may happen, what difference does it make to you? You're not even going to be there. You find out what happens to you. Now, don't worry about the world. World is going to go on, and this is only one planet. There are billions of planets in this galaxy only. You're worried about all of them? You know what's going on there? See, this is another ahankara tendency to take on everything inside one's mind, as if one is the whole and soul of everything. It's not. It's all that does. It wastes a lot of precious time. Find out what needs to be done now. Do it well as a karma yoga, but do not expect the world to change. The world cannot change. The world is not meant to be liberated that way. Because it is created out of the three gunas of Maya. Everybody coming in there is bound in the three gunas of Maya. You cannot expect all those people to be freed from that. You find out if you can be freed from it. Sachin is only telling Sachin, not anybody else. That's the real question. That's why the Sadgurus come, the great saints come. Those who want to be freed, we have shown you. Moksha ki chavi, moksha dvaram apavrutam, prasangam ajaram pashmatmana kavayo viduhu, sa eva sadhu shukruto moksha dvaram apavrutam. कपिल देव भगवान कहते हैं उनकी माता को देवहूति को in Bhagavatam. How many jivatma are there? Infinite jivatma are just where we're sitting right now, in our room that we're sitting. Ananta koti jivatma are there in tiny little particles or tiny little virus particles or bacteria particles. Everyone has jivatma. How many? So the sansar exists. This body is there. Body has to be extremely healthy, extremely balanced. Then we can make use of this sharir to realize the Atma. The technology of using this body in terms of karma, jnana, and bhakti, Triveni Sangam, the three come together inside of us, within us. We are able to interact with the outside world, but with Jnana Drishti, Sakshi Bhav, Seva Bhav, Bandhan to rehta hi nahi, bilkul. When people get afraid, my God, if I don't have any bondage, then on the contrary, the family, हमारा जो immediate family, जो शारीरिक संबंध है, extended family, it is going to be blessed tremendously when there is Gnan and Bhakti. Because हमारे में कोई प्रकार का अहंकार नहीं रहता. You know what remains only? Absolute, undifferentiated, undiluted, purified, intense love. So when you see a grandchild, when you see your child, when you see your husband, when the husband sees you, when the immediate family, this is in the layer of this reality, love is only present. Nothing else is present. How amazing. So where is God? God is where you are. God is not somewhere in the Himalayas, somewhere underneath the ocean, or just people are running away somewhere. You go if you want. That's for sadhana, it's okay. But Bhagwan is not something that you can purchase, or by running away from where we are. That is not the way to find God. God is present where we are. It is just a shift from inside, and that is what the Upanishad is actually showing us. Then it is a rishi. You become a rishi. Rishi doesn't mean you have to be sitting in some jungle somewhere and with a big jata and all that thing. And that wo ek alag discussion hai. That's a different matter. Rishi, we can all be rishis. Rishis, what after all? Opening this dimension of pure love, pure vision, akhanda satsang, or किसी के साथ राग द्वेष अहम ममत्व नहीं, और सेवा भाव से करना. जो भी क्रिया हम करते सेवा भाव से करना. जो भी क्रिया, कुछ भी क्रिया, even drinking a glass of water, taking a glass of water and drinking it, you say Om Namah Shivaya. You know what is the seva in that? Somebody might be saying, इसमें क्या सेवा है? I'll just take just 30 seconds and we'll stop. इसमें क्या सेवा है? Feel from inside that water is being drunk as a witnessing consciousness. Who is drinking? Bhagwan Shankar. Offer it, or in that sense, offer to the Supreme Reality, to Paramatma, that may you be propitiated. I'm offering everything to you. When we do that, you know what Krishna Bhagavan says, right? Patram pushpam phalam tam. You offer even a leaf to me. Meaning, when we are offering it this way, the activity is not done through ahankar. Ahankar ka force nahi rehta. No new karma is connected. Even though memory is there, it has become divine memory, divine bhav, divya buddhi, divya kriya, divya karma. The karma has become divinized. In the small act of drinking water, see, there's a big difference. Sachin can say, okay, I'm thirsty, I'm drinking. That is aham jivam. Yes, thirst is there. Thirst needs to be satisfied. Don't forget the Lord. To not forget Paramatma and say, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya. Just literally say one mantra and then drink the water. Sab kriya mein Bhagwan ko aage rakhna. Just one mantra before you start driving somewhere. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah, and then go. When you come back home, Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah, and then go. You see, this is how the karma becomes divine. It is a connection with Paramatma. So we're not holding on to the karma. We're not accumulating any karma by remembering the Lord, by offering everything to the Lord. And in chapter 3 in the Gita, many verses are there. Right? This is the basic idea. So amazing stuff is there. Remember the equation for today? That is Sakshi Bhav plus Karma Yoga, equals the gradual erasure of conceptual boundaries. The boundaries sab nikal jate hain. They remain functionally, but for antar mein, something extraordinary begins to open from inside. And that is the light of the Atma. That is the grace of God. Or Bhagwan ka darshan. I mentioned it yesterday. Bhagwan ko dekhna hai. Very simple. Isme kya badi baat hai? What's the big deal about seeing God? You think God doesn't want to come to see you? Of course. But we have to be prepared for that. This is the only preparation. Get rid of these boundaries from inside. And Bhagwan mein akhand lag jao. Akhand vritti, Vachanamrut 1, Karada 1. Then Bhagwan swayam aate hai. And that is wo ek alaukik baat hai. Let's stop here for now. Om Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa Om Bhame Yasya Sitarada Shrishya Yasya Asti Vakshasi Vrindavana Viharam Tam Sri Krishna Mrudi Chintaye Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Viche Swaha Om Durge Durge Rakshini Tha Tha Swaha Om Shri Durga Arpanamastu Om Shri Radha Krishnar Panamastu Om Hrim Swaha